Tale of Rabbit and Coyote. It's a book written by Tony Johnston and Tommy DePaula. Okay, this is where the story comes from. Raise your hand if you'd like to hear where the story comes from. All right. So the tale of Rabbit and Coyote from the town of Juchitan in Oaxaca, Mexico, weaves together several traditional threads of story. Tales of Brer Rabbit, the story of Coyote swallowing the moon, the origin of the rabbit in the moon. In Mexico, the legend says it's a rabbit who lives there, not a man. The version of this tale that I read was illustrated in Spanish by the painter Francisco Toledo, a native of Juchitan. I was drawn to it by the zest of language and the echoes of Uncle Remus. American readers will recognize the trickster rabbit and his exploits. To that audience, and to those who have never read or never met Rabbit and Coyote before, I am glad to present these characters in a particularly Mexican form. So this is a Mexican folk tale. Okay? The Tale of Rabbit and Coyote. One full moon night, Rabbit found a field of chiles. He was so pleased to see them all glossy and green that he jumped right in and ate the biggest ones. He ate the biggest chiles. Is that going to be good for his tummy? We'll see. We'll see. When the sun rose, the farmer came to check the chiles. They were scattered everywhere, and the biggest, glossiest, greenest ones were gone. They were gone. Oh no. Among the plants, he saw rabbit tracks. So what did he do? He made himself a beeswax doll. And he set that doll in the middle of the field to catch the chile thief. He wants to catch that chile thief. When night fell, Rabbit returned. He saw the farmer made of wax and crept up to say hello and to ask for some chiles too. But the wax farmer had nothing to say to Rabbit. Nothing at all. Rabbit was angry. Thank you guys for the ones that are completing the sentences are the ones that are listening and can read the words. So you guys are getting extra points. He punched the farmer hard. His right paw stuck in the wax. Still, the farmer said nothing. So he punched him once again. Boom. His left paw was stuck too. So now both of his paws were stuck. Rabbit was fuming mad, but the wax farmer was silent as the stars. So he hauled off with both feet and walloped him. Pah! Ay, ay, ay! The rabbit was trapped for sure. When the real farmer came back to check his trap, he was delighted to see Rabbit there. Que delicioso. How delicious, he said, rubbing his hands together. He popped the rabbit into a sack and took him home. When he got there, he hung the sack, built a fine fire, and set water to boil. He wanted to eat and cook the rabbit. Then he went looking for herbs. From there, he was hanging in the sack. From where he was hanging in the sack, Rabbit saw Coyote coming. What are you doing there? Asked Coyote. The man wants me to marry his daughter, Rabbit said. Wait a second. Oh, that's the trick. What are you doing there? Asked Coyote. This man wants me to marry his daughter, Rabbit said. But I'm too young. Why don't you take my place? Look, the water's ready to make hot chocolate. There will be a grand party. What is he doing? Tricking the Coyote. The rabbit is tricking the coyote. When the farmer came back and took down the sack, he saw Coyote inside of it. "You'll pay for this," he said. He popped Coyote in the hot water. Ay, ay, ay! Coyote flew right out of the water and took off after Rabbit. Conejo malvado. Conejo malvado is like that dastardly bunny, dastardly rabbit. He followed his tracks till he found him high in a jicara tree. "I'm going to eat you now," said Coyote, for he was very furious. So what did Rabbit do? Well, he knew Coyote couldn't tell the difference between the fruit of the jicara, hard as a rock, and the soft, sweet zapote. "Why, eat me?" asked Rabbit. "When right here I have Why eat me?" asked Rabbit, "when right here I have sweet zapote fruit instead." You think he's going to give him zapote?
Yes.
We'll see. "Well, toss me one," growled Coyote. Rabbit did that. He tossed down a jicara. They said the jicara were hard as a rock. With all of his might, plunk, it struck Coyote and knocked him out cold as a cabbage. Here's Coyote with the X. Ouch. When Coyote woke up, he tracked Rabbit till he saw that furry scoundrel resting against a large rock at the end of a hill. At the edge of a hill. Did he have a plan? It says, "Te voy a comer, manito." I'm going to eat you, buddy. "Please don't eat me," pleaded Rabbit, leaning against the rock. "Can't you see that if I don't hold back this rock, it will roll down and crush the world? Here, you hold it while I find some people to help us." Coyote believed Rabbit and took his place. Rabbit hopped off free as can be. "Hasta luego." See you later. That's what that says, "hasta luego." Soon, Coyote knew he made a mistake. He went after Rabbit, muttering all the while, "This rabbit." Oh my goodness. Why is that? That. Sorry, guys. Okay. When at last he found him, Coyote said, "Now I'll eat you." "But then, who will take care of the little children in this little school?" asked Rabbit, pointing to a wasp's nest on a low tree branch. "Someone needs to give it a knock if a pupil tries to leave." Well, Coyote loved to give knocks, so he took the job. He lay near the branch and waited. When a wasp flew out, he whacked that wasp's nest with a little stick, and all the wasps came after him. They chased him into a pond. Only his nose stuck out of the water, but they stung that many times. Conejo malvado! That dastardly rabbit. So the rabbit had told him to do that, right? Is the rabbit trying to help the coyote? No, he's not. It was pitch black night when Coyote found a rabbit at the edge of a lake. Now, he was really going to eat him. But Rabbit says, "Why eat me, Coyote, when I've been waiting for you so we can share the cheese when we can share the cheese that you see here." What's the cheese? The moon off of the lake. Rabbit pointed to the moon's reflection upon the water. "Of course," explained Rabbit. "We must first drink all the juice of the cheese in order to eat the cheese itself. So Coyote began drinking the water to reach the cheese itself. After a time, he said, I simply can't drink any more. Just a few more sips, said Rabbit, and you'll reach the cheese for sure. Tricking him again. Coyote drank more and more and more. He drank so much that the water poured out of his ears. But when he turned to discuss this with Rabbit, Rabbit ran away. Coyote ran after him as best as he could, but he was swollen as a sponge. Have you guys used a sponge? Yeah. And you wash those dishes? Conejo malvado. That is why, to this very day, Coyote sits gazing at the moon, and now and then he howls at it, for he is still very furious with the Rabbit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end. And here are some Spanish expressions that we heard in that book. Hola, cena. Hello, dinner. Mis chiles. My chili peppers. Conejo malvado. Wicked rabbit. Qué persona tan pegajosa. What a sticky person. Te voy a comer, manito. I'm going to eat you, little buddy. Oh, you guys can repeat after me. Hasta luego. See you later. Más, más, más. More, more, more. Me siento un poco raro. I feel a bit strange. Adios, amigo. Goodbye, friend. Okay, we got a little bit of a Spanish lesson in there from a Spanish folktale called The Tale of Rabbit and Coyote. I hope you guys enjoyed it and read every single day. Like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.